Welcome to Positive Partners, and if you find yourself having some trouble finding time to train your dog, how about mealtime? So we've got some tips around mealtime and different things to help you train your dog. You could stick around. I'm here with Tom High School, a dog trainer, and we're going to talk about ways to get some time that you're already spending with your dog and making better use of it during mealtime to train.
And this is even especially useful if you've got a dog you haven't trained much, or it's a dog that's new to you, or a puppy. You're already feeding anyway, they're consuming those calories. You can make it a time where you can bond. And there are three things that this exercise is involved with here. One is getting your dog involved, getting them, psyched up, and getting their focus on you, and then getting a pattern of going out, and then their default is, hey, they've gotten something. Then what they're going to do is turn around, look back at you, and then likely want to come back to you. So that's what you want.
They do that anyway during mealtime. So
yeah, right.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Right. And then the next part of the video, the second half of it, will be about using their food, maybe some treats thrown in there to get them psyched up and even more involved, and then putting that with a little post-it note to guide them around. It's called targeting. Anyway, you'll see how that works. It can go into loose leash walking. You can teach sit, down. Put your nose here to stand, someplace while you're at the vet's. Come around to your side and or go between your legs to keep out of trouble, of something that's out there in the environment, or come around, come to your front to as a front position. Anyway, you'll see how that goes. So this first part here is about 6 minutes. It'll go by really fast. And you'll see how to use the food bowl. So we'll get started with that, and then we'll talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Hopefully I got the right one.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's it?
It looks like it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Here we've got a food bowl game. And we're going to teach three things here with this food bowl game. This is his regular food. And he's eaten, so I just gave him a little bit more here. He fortunately self-regulates pretty well as far as how much he eats, but this is his regular food here, and I'm going to put in, a little dark, but some of his treats. This is some dried lamb. Anyway, so he likes that, and I'm going to mix it in there. So that's about maybe 1/4 dried lamb. And what we're going to get going here is, first thing is we're going to be getting eye contact, which he's giving me a lot of right now. Yes. And that's just his regular kibble. And then the other thing we're going to get going is him coming back as a matter of a pattern, a routine. Yes. Yes. So you notice there I said yes before he barked at me. I'm not upset that he barked. He's pretty good about yes. Get it. Yes. Get it. Now when he turns around, he's going to look, yes. Get it. Yes. Get it. So I'm going to change it a little bit, but he's going to keep coming back to me. Get. Yes. Take it. Yes. So he's giving me eye contact right here. Get it. Yes. Get it. Good boy. Yes. Take it. Good boy. Yes. Take it. Yes. Get it. So I'm just using get it to indicate, yes, get it. Indicate go somewhere and take it in his mouth. Yes. Take it. And what I can do is, if you're concerned your dog's going to be a little rough taking it out of hand, just put it with 3 fingers or 4 fingers like that, your thumb covering it. Then let them, when they're giving you just lips and a tongue instead of teeth, then you release the treat. So take it. Good. So if they're being mouthy or toothy, they'll get the idea, yes, good boy. Real quickly that just using their lips and their tongue works. I'm holding the treat when I'm signaling him, holding it like that. When he comes over, I can just lift my thumb off. If your dog takes treats hard, and then you can just have him be gentle before you release your thumb. All right. Get it. Sword on it. Yes. Get it. Yes. Good boy. So what we got going was eye contact and then a pattern of him coming back. So the thing to do after getting a treat is to go back to me. Now what I've done is I've just taken a Post-it note and I'm sticking.
All right, so that looks like that might be good for even one of those dogs that like to gulp their food.
Yeah, it slows things down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit here and there, because I've had a lot of problems with bloat. You know.
Right.
So you don't want your big dog to like bring in a lot of food all at one time, or you're going to have a really big bill.
Yeah.
Or a dead dog.
Yeah, yeah. So you slow down eating there, and then there are toys and that you can use to where they have. Get our picture back on us. Almost.
Lost it.
There we are.
There we are.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Hi.
Pointed that. Okay. Go ahead. All right.
All right. So now, yeah, it does slow them down, and slow down eating a little bit, and then there are toys that you can use to slow down eating, so they have to work, take more time to get it, or you can hide their food various places, so they've got to do a little hunting for it, which satisfies them. As a matter of fact, at the end of this whole thing, I talk with Bo about playing boxes. And so I take, if we get Amazon packages or something that comes in, all these cardboard boxes, I keep all those, and I take treats or his food and hide it, and then stack those things together. And sometimes I've got a stack that's like 4 foot.
Okay, I thought maybe you.
No, 4 foot tall, and these things are inside one another. And he gets in there and he gets his paws on it, and boom, turns that whole thing over and starts, snuffing through there. Oh yeah, he gets to be rough. He likes that. So anyway, that's fun. But this kind of food bowl stuff, some dogs don't naturally want to make eye contact, because eye contact in the animal world, just like in the human world, if it's too long and you're not familiar with that person, it's like, you have a problem. It's uncomfortable. It can be a threat signal. So this gets a dog comfortable wanting to make eye contact, which builds up the relationship with the dog. The dog understands it's a simple game. It's rewarding for the dog. They get to move and do various things. They understand it, so they're motivated. And you'd want to play this for maybe I don't know, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. If you go to 10 minutes, they're going to get bored. It's just like any.
I came in here to eat.
Right. Or just like, yeah, I got it. This was cool for the first 5 minutes, and now it's boring. So quit when the dog's still enjoying it, and just give them their food, or however you want to deliver their food. And so it gets the dog engaged with you. It gets the dog in a pattern of eye contact with you. It gets the dog motivated to want to work with you. It gets the dog in a pattern of going away from you, and then their pattern or their routine is turn around and look at you, which is what you want. When you're out on a walk and they go a distance away, you want them to have a little bit of a pattern of, okay, hey, where are you?
And it also looks like the same sort of thing I did with a dog that had some aggression issues, that you followed a pattern of nothing in life is for free.
Yeah, they're working, and dogs actually value what they're working for more so than whatever's laid out right in front. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and there is that nothing in life is free pattern, and that does establish kind of like,
the power.
It's sort of like where does the good stuff come from, without making a big point of it, but it comes from me.
Right.
That's how it happens.
You're working for me.
Yeah, right.
It's not the other way around.
Yeah, and you're going to enjoy it,
It's not like a cat where it's like,
right.
When are you going to serve me?
Right. There's some guys, he works with scent detection and police canine animals, but he's also was an instructor for the Karen Pryor Academy. And anyway, he said, look, if you're not the one doing the training, which just means an intentional way of arranging the rewards and circumstances for your dogs, if you're not the one doing the training, you're the one being trained.
Right, exactly.
It's kind of like at the poker table, if you don't know who the patsy is,
you're
it. Yeah. So anyway, so it's a really good exercise, and now we'll go on to something else here. It's targeting, and it goes with the same kind of food bowl stuff. There's a little bit of, in this case, a little bit of his dried lamb that he likes to eat, but it's mixed in. It's 3/4 his regular food, and he's okay when it's his regular kibble out there and he goes out to get it or follows it. He goes, cool, because it's kind of like at the gambling table. There's a 1 out of 4 chance that it might be what I really want, which makes it even more interesting for him. So, okay, so we can run that next part there about target.
Now what I've done is I've just taken a Post-it note, and it's sticky on the end there, and just put it between my, put it over a couple of fingers, and 2 fingers are holding it down. But my thumb is going to hold down this treat, and I'm going to make it one of his treats that he likes. And I'm going to hold it right there. And then when he follows this target, which he's interested in the food, but he will then associate, and he already has associated following a target with getting the food he's looking for. So, yes, and I can drop it. Yes. And this can turn into the beginning of loose leash walking. Hey, Bo. Yes. And you can increase what you're doing. You can maybe take a couple steps, 2, 3 steps, 1 step. I'm just putting some of his regular dog food in there. Yes. And when dogs are going after some of even their own food, as long as there's some of the other good stuff in there, they get interested. It's enjoyable. It's a game to them. It's pursuit. So this can turn in also to, yes, coming to you and getting a position at your front. Yes, get it. Also can turn into coming around. Yes, and taking a position there at your side. And can turn into eventually, with following, turns into, here you go. You don't like to sit on this pillow, do you? Slippery. Come here. Right there. There you go. He doesn't like to sit on a slippery floor. All right. And then last, we just play around with this. It's fun. He's having a good time. We're going to go play boxes in a little bit too, and he loves boxes. I take his food and I hide in a bunch of boxes and he piles into them and he sniffs for them and he rummages through them and he knocks them over. So anyway, all right. So this can turn also into another Post-it note here. Also can turn into going through your legs. You can, all right, there, are you treating? Yes. Take it. I asked him for a little too much. All right. Good. Come on. Good. Yes, good boy. You can also get him to take a position between your legs, which if you're out on a walk and there's something around, you want him to be by you and away from where they could get, someone could maybe don't want him to be petted or run away from it. Yes. Good boy. Good. Let's start, yes. We start of loose leash walking. Walking either side. Yes, good boy. All right, all done. Let's go play boxes. You ready to play boxes? Are you ready to play boxes? His signal is touching my open left hand. Are you sure? Ready to play boxes? Yeah.
So did you teach the yes and no thing with that way of doing things?
This you're teaching, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you have done a thing where you communicate with them. You know, do you want to go on a walk? Yes
Oh, I
and no?
meant, yeah. That you does he need to do this, or does he want to do
You want to
this?
go outside, or
Yeah. Does he have to go to the bathroom? Does he want to take a walk? Do you want to go on a, car ride? That kind of stuff. And it's like talking with a toddler, And
I try to read their eyes, but
yeah.
you're having them point to a yes and a no by an open or a closed.
Right. The yes part was easy to teach, because this is basically if a dog puts its nose on your hand or palm or something like that, it's touch, And so you can say if the dog wants to go for a walk, it's going to want to go for a walk. You can say, you want to go for a walk? And the dog looks excited, and you look at their eyes, you go, yeah, sure, you're slow to catch on, that's a yes, and then you say, touch, okay? And then after they touch, you say, yes, let's go on a walk, and you produce the leash. Then at some point, you ask the dog something it wants to do, and you hold out your palm here, your open palm, and this is just a distraction. It's just what are you doing with your, left, right-handed fist. But this is the yes. So if you say you want to go for a walk, and they'll go, yeah, and they'll do that because that's part of the pattern. And then so usually with him, he won't say, I taught no by said do you want to smell this? It was vinegar or something, mildly unpleasant, and then I had it in front of him. Do you want to smell this? Then I put it in front of him, and then I said touch here. I said no, and then I took it away. So no for him means make the unpleasant thing go away. Yes means hey, make what I want happen. So that worked out. I'm not sure it would work for all dogs, but that's part of a newer part of animal training is getting some communication or consent, or the animal saying yes, let's continue with that, or hey, thanks, but not right now. That business. So this here with targeting, you're taking that treat, putting it in your. Putting the Post-it note, which it becomes a clear signal that you're doing something, identifiable. You got the treat there, and the dog is naturally going to be interested in the treat. And you hold it out, and you move it away, and they follow, and you say yes. Then okay, dog goes, I've got it. You put something in your hand, like this little Post-it note, and I follow it, and that's what you want. That's good with me. And then you can get things like the dog's following at your left side for loose leash walking calmly with you, or coming around to your front, so it's like an obedience thing, which is front, coming around from your right to your left side, which is coming into heel position. Then you can use it to have the dog, well anyway, as you're doing something like that, you have the dog just follow you for a step or two. Yes, then drop the treat out of your fingers. When you want to have them touch, it helps to have an identifiable signal, like that. Because if our hands are always out like that, they're always seeing our hands, so they kind of need some indication that this is a Boy Scouts honor? Okay, Boy Scouts honor, that they will follow that. They know this is a follow signal. And if you've got the Post-it note there and all that sort of stuff, it just makes it easier. Once they have this idea down, then you take the Post-it note and make it smaller, or they get the idea and they say, oh, I see this, you want me to follow. And so you can get them to do weaves underneath your legs like he did. or to do a sit, or to do a down. Sit is the general kind of thing you do with luring. Is just you don't have to have a treat in your hand. After your dog gets used to that, they don't rely on you having to have a treat, because they know, hey, if they do that following behavior, then it works out for them. So you can teach them to sit, down, stand, touch their nose, do a chin rest while they're at the vet's, that sort of stuff. They get the idea of, okay, if I do this with my body, that's what you're wanting, it works out. And then you work on things like getting them to do that for longer periods of time, around greater and greater distractions. So.
And then I think pairing it with a command and a signal is always good, because if the dog loses its hearing or sight,
right,
you've got a backup.
Yeah.
And if you're in a place where you just want to tell them to sit, you can give them the signal, and they'll do whatever.
And dogs are nonverbal anyhow. I mean, by and large, they're not speaking English or French or Italian or Portuguese or any of that kind of stuff. So they're following our body language. That's what they're looking at. And so the first thing that they learn, even when we think that we're teaching them a word, actually they're reading our body language. So you make a very conscious use of body language, and then you've got that, and then you once you've actually got the behavior going along with the body language, then that's when you put the word to it. And so you got both of them at that case.
Right. One of the interesting things too is dogs don't know necessarily size. That's why a dachshund can intimidate a Saint Bernard.
Okay.
It's all about attitude.
Yeah, it's attitude, and body language and things like that. And so this way of training, you're communicating, you got a good rapport with your dog, the dog's being successful, multiple times per minute they're having a good time, and they're looking to you for guidance. So that makes you kind of the who they look to. Yeah. Well, it's leadership. It's like teaching. So instead of messing around in class, it's like, hey, what are we going to do? They're interested in their game. So thank you for watching, and look forward to. Okay. So anything you want to say to wrap up here?
I hadn't thought of anything.
I hadn't thought of anything. Well, anyway, I enjoy this way of training with Bo and with other dogs. It's amazing. It may look very, very, very simple. Try it out. Just get a few steps going, get a little bit of targeting going, get a little bit of back and forth, and you will be amazed about the rapport that your dog gets with you, and about the kinds of things that you can achieve.
And you're handling their food anyway.
You're handling their food anyway.
They're hungry.
They're hungry, right.
It's a good time.
And even if they've eaten, you can just throw in a few little extra treats in there, and they're psyched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, and have fun with your doggies, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.